Hey, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. Let's see, connecting. There we go, connected. We're connected to chat. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of the poll list for the week. What is it? Oh my God, I don't even know what it is. We are live in Austin, Texas, and it is, there it is, April 23rd, 2025. Also known as issue 66. Where's my hat? Hold on. Where's my hat? I brought my hat just for this very reason. Not to protect my head. Issue 66. Let's see. Are we going? Are we going? Let me check. This is all new for me. Check on the iPad. Oh, yeah. We're live. It says connected to chat. Okay. Okay, it's working. No fancy intro. No nothing like that. We just go straight into it since we're on the road. And I don't have a laptop, really, to set all this up. So, kind of a different show tonight. But we're still going to talk comics. I actually forgot. Oh, no. I forgot to call my LCS yesterday and today to tell them which comics. But, man, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a lot. It's insane. Hope you guys are doing well. Looks like the speed's working fine. Quality isn't the best, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I am tired, man. I'm tired. It's a long little trip. But let's talk about the news. We have news to discuss. Of course, this being issue 66, and Star Wars Celebration just happened. So that's why I'm wearing the hat. It's issue 66. And Star Wars Celebration just happened, so let's look at every single announcement that they did over the weekend in Japan. What up, Collector? How are you, man? I'm doing all right. A little tired. We're trying to remedy that, but how are you doing, man? We're talking Star Wars, issue 66. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for hanging out. It's probably gonna be not too long, but we have a lot of comics to talk about this week. I looked at my poll list and I didn't get any here. I've always wanted to, on a business trip, come into Texas and visit. There's a couple of comic shops locally, and I've never been able to hit them up. Never been able to. Hopefully everything's sounding correct and everything, but yeah. Traveling nerddom. That's what we are right now. What the hell is this? Oh, before and after. So let's see. What got announced at Celebration? Looks like we have a Volume 3, direct from directors, and a release date. Star Wars Visions presents The Ninth Ninja. Longer form series from Star Wars Visions are in the works, so it's not just going to be just a standard one episode per creator. It looks like they're taking that world that they created for those shorts, kind of like the anthologies, and then extrapolating it a lot longer. So starting with the continuation of Kara's story from The Ninth Jedi and Child of Hope. So I'll be honest, I have not watched Visions. I've heard it's cool, and I've heard that it's like meh, but maybe I need to watch it if we're actually getting into some new stories. But the problem I'm having is that it's not mainline, so it's kind of like reading a separate universe, like the Ultimates and the Absolutes. So it's just another alternate universe that we're having to study and stuff. ILM turned 50. Industrial Light and Magic celebrates their 50th anniversary and announces a new book. What up, Brett? You didn't see Visions 2, but I saw Visions 1. How are you, man? How was Visions 1? Was it worth a watch? Was it worth it? Is it worth putting the time in, man? Visions is just content. Oh, really? Oh no. So are you thinking that if they extrapolate each individual episode, is it going to be then an actual real show and worth watching rather than just a YouTube video put onto Disney Plus? I don't know. I don't know. By the way, the Light and Magic, I'm going to make a video on this documentary. I just watched season 2. I hope that's not it for season 2. It's 3 episodes. It talks about the prequel movies, like 1, 2, and 3. I mean, it's directed by Joe Johnston, who I'm pretty sure did Captain America 1. I'm pretty sure. And he's actually from ILM, which is crazy to think about. He actually hand-painted the Boba Fett armor. So pretty cool stories. And I'm going to make a video on the Light and Magic documentary series. I think that is huge. What up, Lewis? How are you, man? I think it's going to be huge for creatives, you know? So that's why I really want to make a video on that. And I'll probably make a video about Andor. I watched it on the plane. Good Lord. The conversation has spiraled about that show. You don't think all the stories warrant expansion, but that's the way to go? By expanding them? Andor is so good. Oh, okay, you liked it? I liked it too. I think my video that I want to make on it when I get back, I thought about filming it here. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to edit it. And I've done reviews on the road before, and I've never really been truly happy about it because I would cut it. No joke. Those videos of, oh my God, I forgot about the show already. Acolyte. The Acolyte reviews that I was doing them on my phone and editing them in CutCap. So I've never been super duper happy with them. So I want to, I think for a final review, I'm going to wait till Andor is done, which is going to be in a month. Not too long of a wait. And I think the conversation I want to bring up is about the thing that happened. How do you say it? I don't know. How do you say it? The attack that happened to Bix. I'll say that. I loved it. I think it was 70% perfect, 99% good. Whoa, 30% not perfect, though. Look at me. I'm already going for the negative. I dug it, though. I think it is serious storytelling. I like it. I like how they're taking their time because I do feel like a lot of the Star Wars content is sped up. Ahsoka, for instance. That was actually one of the first series that I reviewed on the channel. And it's crazy looking back at that, but I was down on it. Didn't like it at all. Didn't like the quality. Didn't like the story that was being told. And I know that was Filoni trying to translate to live action with the stuff that they did in Mandalorian. I don't know, it just didn't work for me, that whole story. But maybe Visions 1, I'll have to give it a shot. I'll download that. I got a plane ride home, so I can download that. But yeah, Light and Magic, I want to make another video on that one. That one's, if you're a creative type, you're going to want to watch Light and Magic. Are you going to review Sinners? Yes. So, quick story. That sucks. It kind of sucks, but I was going to see Sinners last night. If you guys saw my post on Insta, I was going to see it last night, 70mm IMAX, but I didn't get to. So, we got tickets for Saturday, and I do want to put out a review for that movie. I'm super excited for that movie. Very excited. I love it. I love the deal that he made, too. I think it's sick. Cosplay. Updates coming to Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run at Star Wars Galaxy Edge. A new mission inspired by Mandalorian and Grogu is being added. Dude, Mandalorian and Grogu. I hate that name. I think there's nothing less creative than that. Ryan Coogler is a good director. He is. I think he is too good for Marvel. He may be what Marvel needs, and it's quite possible that he can be like a creative direction, a creative leader in that space. But I think he's too good for Marvel. And I think he's coming back for Black Panther 3. And then Warner Brothers, I think Warner Brothers came out and said, like, we want him back as soon as he's done with Black Panther. We want him back. Let's make another movie. Cool part with Sinners, I've heard, is that the world building that's in there is phenomenal. And I've heard you can also imagine the world that they built in Sinners being expanded. Different characters that interested you that may have just been in it for a minute. What happens with them during this story, that kind of thing, in this world. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm excited about, is they already created an entire amazing world. Can we expand on it too? I'm also afraid of milking it. I'm afraid of milking the franchise. Like too much saturation, oversaturation. You don't want to do that either. That's one reason that I think Star Wars might be kind of, and Marvel, it's oversaturation. It's not special anymore. I just want them to focus on a good movie and let's see what happens. Yeah. You got to at least have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's it. Of your one movie. 100%. Once you have that going, though, oversaturation is misleading. How so? I think you want the audience to want more. You want them to want more. Not you give them a lot and we're like, okay, we're kind of tired of it. You just think it's a quality dip. Okay. When you have good outings, people are happy to show up. It's true. I guess Marvel did for a while too, right? I'd like to take a break from the cinematic universe or franchise stuff. Well, that's what Sinners is. That's true. That's what Sinners is right now. It's just one movie. Just take it as that right now. Did you see it yet? They put out a bunch of mid. Yeah. Yeah. If it was all good, it would be different. Probably. If you left... okay. How about this? Maybe it isn't oversaturation. Maybe it is the audience not asking for more. You know what I mean? So, in between 7 and 8, we all had ideas on who the leader is and who, this weird guy in this hologram is. Is he Plagueis? Is he a weird messed up clone of Palpatine? Is he all this stuff? All that stuff was us wanting answers, wanting more. Right now, there isn't a lot of stuff going on. There's a little bit with Ahsoka and Balin, with the father and the mother, and stuff like that, with the cosmic force. Not much else going on. Not many other questions that we have lingering. If it was good. Didn't enjoy Acolyte all that much, but I love Andor. I do love Andor too. Like I said, I think the attack on Bix is the part that I'm not digging. I think there was a better, more creative way of doing it. I understand that it is a physical reality for us as humans, and probably them in that universe too, but I don't know. Something's not right about that. Feels better quality, more interconnected, better setups, better payoffs. Yeah, like I said, if you leave the audience wanting more, the audience has to be asking for more. And the theories and ideas that the audience has, it really gels up the culture around it. And I think that's missing right now. It's either that or the culture is just so cesspooled online that it's just not real anymore. That's the other part too. A lot of people were saying it's because we watched them when we were younger, and I don't think that's the case. Because I watched Attack of the Clones when I was 12, and then high school was Revenge of the Sith. I don't know. It was still cool to me. I don't know. I'm a weirdo too. It's fangless? Yeah. Cowardly? Yeah. Hollow? Yeah. Inexperienced. And then Echo, yeah, it was all four. It was all four of those. I think the cesspool argument makes sense because vocal fans are affecting what's being made and how it's being made. And both ways. I think both ways too. Not that I'm a fence sitter, but I think there's super toxic positivity as well. And you see that a lot with the Hollywood types. And what was interesting was, not saying anything about Leonidas, great dude, he invited us out. Him and the director of Star Trek Unification, the reason he was on YouTube was he wanted to see how real people were reacting to the movie, to the short film. How real nerds, how real fans were reacting to it. And I appreciated that because I don't hear that a lot from others. And there's like internal screenings nowadays, and it's mostly because they don't want secrets to come out, that they don't do test screenings out with normal people, because then you got leaks, spoilers, all that kind of stuff. So test screenings are internal now only, and I think they have to sign some stuff, but stuff gets leaked anyways. There's a toxic positivity and a toxic negativity. And I think still trying to be just how you feel about it, what you think about it. Does the story follow? That's the biggest thing. But like you said, it's Cap 4 didn't say anything. Marvel's was what? Was what? I heard people trying to defend that. I was losing my mind with that one. Jeez, it was crazy. I really do hope that, Star Wars, like Andor, is that the direction that Star Wars should go? Like in my last video, I said Star Wars can be many things. I still believe that's true, but at the same time, I don't want that type of attack. I don't know. It's weird. Toxic positivity is a drag, which is funny. You sound very negative. Oh my goodness, the Star Wars Zone Company, that I don't like XCOM games. I really don't. So having the turn-based strategy stuff, that was not for me. Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, it's a Lego short, kind of like what they did with, I think, Star Wars before. Comes as a reaction to toxic negativity, though. Like Disney is putting out mid and making women in POC the face of it. Yeah. Are they using that as a shield? Are you saying that they're using that as just a shield? It's setting these people up to get caught up in a culture war, yes. And people feel like they have to defend that mid. It's true. They cannot take it. They're afraid to say something is bad when it has certain people in it. Which it's like, why? Don't you... The question I always think of is, don't you want it to be better? Don't you want great stories and characters for everybody? Kind of weird. Not saying it's a shield, but I actually think that might be a good call. They do use it as a shield. They do. Look what they did with Andor. They're praising it because it's the first SA in a Star Wars film. I'm like, are we cheering for that? Is that what we want? What do we want as Star Wars fans? I want serious character-driven storytelling. And I guess as a human, is it a human and non-human, non-Terran reality, non-humanoid? I don't even know what they call humans in the Star Wars universe, because I don't think they're humans. They're not Terra either. But is that a reality in the Star? It is now. By seeing that attack in Andor, it is a reality for anybody. Jesus. Oh my God, the thought of that. What are they doing to everyone who's not humanoid? Good Lord, that opens up way too many doors that I don't even want to think about. So there you go. That opens up that conversation. Again, I want to make a video when I get home on the attack on Bix, but otherwise, I'm enjoying the show a lot. It had me enthralled for 3 hours on the flight. I can see the cynical marketing guy knowing the backlash is free press. It is. And that's what I feared this attack on Bix was used as. Was this attack on Bix used as press? And I don't want that act to be advertised as that. I want to see Knights of the Old Republic done right, just like the video game. Me too. I mean, dude, one of my favorite characters. Oh my god. And it's crazy to see the story of Malgus. And he has a lover. So Malgus has a lover. I believe she's a Twi'lek. And imagine what they get to do. They have to sleep together and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's always implied. You don't see Anakin and Padme, going at it, but it's always implied. Like they're in the same bed, I guess. That's the closest thing we see. I think it works for Andor because we're supposed to really hate the Empire. Well, we already do. We already do. And they already tortured Bix. And that's why I'm her having PTSD, that the very first scene, I thought it was PTSD based off of what they already tortured her with, which was that, remember that machine that they plugged her into? And the guy was the scientist guy who did that to her, right? From the very first scene where we have the Steadicam going in. That was cool. And I imagine her having PTSD from that situation. But then to have, and I thought that's what we were all talking about when the leaks came out. So I'm like, oh, that was it? I kind of get it that as her being a hostage, as her being PTSD from that, because it was pretty torturous. But no, that's episode 3. It was a good kill for Bix. Yeah, it was good. It was gruesome. It was gruesome. That was like, was that the most, I guess he had an arm cut off in A New Hope, even though it doesn't make any sense continuity-wise later with lightsabers. Not denying at all the scene was well crafted. The scene was well made. It's a matter of that scene being in the Star Wars universe. That's my problem with it. And I'm glad she got out of it. I'm glad she finally did get to take some personal revenge, not only to the Empire, but to the people who victimized her. Yes, 100%. I understand it character-wise, 100%. I get it. It's just, does that belong in Star Wars? That's my only one. Any other show? I think I posted on Twitter. It was like a response to something else. I said, they did Rebel Moon better than Rebel Moon. Didn't they? They were in a wheat field. There was SA. There was comeuppance. There was an attack with soldiers. It was Rebel Moon. It was their version of Rebel Moon. And it was better. New season of Rebuild the Galaxy. Oh, that's the Lego show. A new droid, Cookie, made his debut at Celebration Japan. Star Wars The Old Republic shared a featurette looking back at the storied game. Never seen it? Never seen what? Ironic. Yeah. Oh, Rebel Moon. I want to see Moonrise, though. What's Moonrise? What's Moonrise? Is that a new game? Oh, you never seen Rebel Moon. That's what it was. You don't need to see Rebel Moon. Oh, yes, Moonrise. Oh, my God. Shit, we were watching that. We were watching that 2 weeks ago. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. They just had a really big reveal in episode 3 or 4, I think. But yeah, we were digging that, or I was. Nerd Dame wasn't into it too much, but I was digging it. Really solid action. Really solid action. That one's a good watch so far. I didn't get to finish it, though. Yes, no, now I remember. So, the next one, Star Wars Starfighter. What the heck is this? Korea and China have been upping their game in the anime area. Was that Korea or China? It's not Japan? I dig on Moonrise, the graphics on their cloaks, that is like their technology, really cool. The sound effects are really cool in there too. Moonrise is Japanese? Oh, okay. But yeah, really cool tech in there. I meant in general, solo leveling. What's crazy is solo leveling is a manhwa, right? And it's Korean, but the anime, they're speaking Japanese. To be a hero is Chinese. I'll have to check that one out. Let me write it down. Nerd Day may be watching this stuff. Be a hero. Nerd Day may be watching this stuff already. Okay, I got it. Oop, how do you... Oh, yeah. Forgot. Okay. Got it. I was saving it, screenshotting it. So, yeah, Star Wars Starfighter. I don't know if we know anything about the story, but director Sean Levy and surprise guest star Ryan Gosling announced the title of Star Wars theatrical film to go into production. So, one standalone film in 2027. Also, this comes out May 2027, right before Star Wars Celebration 2027 in LA, which is the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. And you know, we're going to try to get into that. And I wonder when the George Lucas Museum in LA is opening up. I wonder if he's trying to build the museum to open up with the 50th of that. That'd be smart. That'd be real smart. He's a guest star. I thought he is the lead. My bad. So it said, I'm reading off it. It says director Sean Levy and surprise guest and star Ryan Gosling. So he was the surprise guest. He surprised everyone in the audience. So yeah, Star Wars Starfighter is 2027, and they've already started production on it. So that's good, or pre-production, I guess. Film, yeah. What's crazy is when a director has to announce that, yes, we are making this movie, because he knows the crap that's happened in the past with stuff getting announced and not coming out. That's what's happened. So he had to literally say, and we're working on it. I know what's happened in the past, but we are working on this movie, okay? We're working on this movie. Mandalorian and Grogu shared a first look at the beloved duo. A brand new character. The brand new character is Sigourney Weaver, is playing, I believe, a rebel leader or something. Where's Blade? Blade? Oh, someone came out recently about Blade. Blade, he said, was in a rough spot. And the rumor has it, isn't that a song? Rumor has it, their idea for Blade was in the 1920s, Prohibition era, and with vampires. Duh. So basically sinners. Ryan Coogler and WB already made the best Blade movie. So when Disney heard about that, I heard that's what it was. I mean, it could be entirely bull crap, but I heard from one person that said that the project's in a rough spot. And it's in a rough spot. And we even heard his voice, though, in the Eternals. We heard his voice. I hope it's kind of like Blade Runner 2049 tone and not just another bland comedy. The Starfighter one, it's Sean Levy, dude. I don't imagine him doing anything different. Have you guys seen anything of his that isn't outlandish? Like, I've seen clips of Free Guy, and I've seen Deadpool Wolverine. I guess he did Stranger Things, right? He directed Stranger Things. You're right. So he can do that kind of thing. Maybe it's just the Free Guy and Deadpool Wolverine, but he has been shown to do it under budget and on time, which is a George Lucas trait. Do it under budget and on time. Try to, at least. Again, that ILM show, you should watch it. I know you guys are creatives. You'd find some crazy stories in that Light and Magic show on Disney Plus, or Tortuga. I think Ryan Reynolds influenced his movies. Oh, you think so? That's true. They do both have Ryan Reynolds in common. That's a good point. So you think Sean Levy's just like, whatever, this guy is producing it, because Ryan Reynolds was producing that. So maybe if he is freed from those binds, he can actually do some serious work like on Stranger Things. I can see that. Mandalorian and Grogu, man. Gosh. Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't like the name at all. I think it's boring. To me, it just seems like, please come see this movie. We need the money. Please come see this movie. We got this character and this character in there. Just like Deadpool and Wolverine. It worked. Why wouldn't this work? Mandalorian and Grogu. Gosh, man. God. Light and Magic second season is ready to watch on Disney Plus. Again, watch that one. I'm going to do a video on that. So I got a video on that, on the Attack on Bix, and then we got the Sinners review coming out soon. That's why I don't want to do Andor. I really want to finish South of Midnight on Friday. I want to come home and play South of Midnight and finish it. That way on Sunday we can play Expedition 33 and give it a solid look at it. But I want to get a review of South of Midnight out and a review of maybe finally Ninja Gaiden 2 that I played a long time ago. I want to get a review out of that as well. Hey, they got a Star Wars Black series of Cal Kestis. Oh shoot, Star Wars Black series of Cal Kestis. Monster Hunter Wilds has a lot of content, huh? That's going to keep you busy. That is going to keep you way busy. Oh yeah, I was looking up Claude before. Have you guys heard of Claude? It's a new AI bot. Supposedly it's pretty good. I want it to help me with my finances. Just kidding. Not much else going on. Star Wars Outlaws, A Pirate's Fortune, Story Pack number 2. Monopoly Go. A Season 3 of Young Jedi Adventures with that cute little koala. And then MetaQuest. That's basically it. It's weird. That's all the announcements. So I've heard some stuff about, the Daisy Ridley movie. They didn't announce anything about that. There's some rumors about them not being happy with Charmin Obaid-Chinoy. They're not being happy with her because she's kind of going rogue, ironically enough. And she's doing interviews and press junkets, stuff like that. And they're not so happy with her saying things. But it's weird that we didn't hear anything about the next big installment. And this would be a big installment, right? If it's a Rey movie, is it a Rey trilogy or is it just a Rey singular movie? Maybe they were thinking the characters from that Rey movie would be the launch pad for the next trilogy. Or do things even have to be a trilogy anymore? That's a good question. Do movies need to be a trilogy? Do you need to have the beginning, the middle, and the end now? Or can they just be ongoing forever? Like, what's the point of a trilogy? To me, even Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings has a good beginning, middle, and an end. The middle is solid. God, 2 Towers? Fudge. The middle is solid for Empire Strikes Back. The rebellion's on their heels. Everyone's broken at the end of that movie, which leads you into the climax of the 3rd movie. Depends on the story. Okay. I guess anime does ongoing, and people still like that, and manga, and Mao and comic books. You're right. So comic book model. Speaking of comic books, oh my God, you guys. Again, I forgot to call my LCS, so hopefully all these books are there when I get back on Friday. But are you guys ready for the pull list? We're going to do it digitally. This is a big freaking pull list. Hold on, let me pick out the pick of the week. What's going to be the pick of the week this week? That's back. That's good. Which one am I digging the most? Okay, I'll do that. Okay, we got the pick of the week. We got it. I think ongoing series tend to be, on the whole, weaker. Better and worse, yeah. We rate these long-winded anime and manga entries by arcs. That's true. There's arcs. More than appraise it as a whole body of work. Yeah, so you're right. So it's kind of like is a trilogy in that arc, but it's a TV show. So it's almost like a season. It's almost like a TV season. An arc is also in comic books. We have a bunch of arcs in comic books too. That's true. It's true. Same with comics, yeah. Yep, storylines. Exactly. That's true. What about movies, though? Full feature-length movies. Is that Peach Ghost? Shh, no, it's not. It's an Arrow. By the way, the Arrow giveaway is still going on. We have 2 days left. Be sure to enter for your chance to win. The link is down below in the description. But yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures. Sorry about that. I apologize to Arrow. I'm going to delete this VOD as soon as it happens. But I saw it and I had to get it. Movies are mostly self-contained. I would agree unless you have a pre-planned 3 movies. And by meaning of pre-planned, you know what's going to happen. Not pre-planned as in, yes, we are making 3 movies. Lucasfilm. I entered to put your name in. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I actually had some Arrow this morning. So I did not want to make coffee this morning, knowing that I had to come out. That's why I said mostly. Okay. But yeah, pre-planned 3 movie arc would be good. And I think that's enough for an audience too, to understand beginning, middle, end. Because it's a 3-part story, beginning, middle, end. So it makes sense. Makes sense. Where'd my pull list go? Alright. I'm going to try to do it this way. So first this week on the pull list is... Can I make this full? I can't. Can I? I can save it. Is Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 7. Really enjoying this story. Her against Hades in issue number 6 was a great time. She came in all cocky, thinking she was the best, one up on this kind of thing. Hades was like, okay, you're very arrogant, aren't you? And yeah, at the end, he was able to turn the tables. So I can't wait to read this one. That's a good one, man. Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 7. We're probably just going to go down my list in alphabetical order. Next up is Batman Hush 2, which is also Batman issue 159. Really enjoying Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee. The art of Jim Lee is fantastic. I've always been a fan of Batman Hush. I thought the art there lent itself so well to the world, the universe, the characters, everything about Jim Lee. Absolutely phenomenal. So the story so far, it's okay. I want to get more into it with the first issue. Bringing back Hush and him knowing who it is already. And let's see what his motivations are and everything. So it's kind of interesting to go from, Hickman over to him, over to Jeff. Next is Bug Wars, issue number 3. Having a great time with this one. Issue number 2 was a lot shorter than issue number 1. But Jason Aaron, Mahood Asrar, Matthew Wilson, and Becca Carey doing a really, really cool job of building this world. What are the different factions? What are the different species here? What are they? Where is everything? And yeah, great time with that one. It gets good reviews. That's good. This is kind of grotesque, but next, this is a huge pull list, you guys. Remember how I said I'm broke? I'm broke. This is bad. Next is Epitaphs from the Abyss, issue number 10. Again, if you like anthology, small horror stories, grotesque horror stories, this one is better than Creepshow, and it's better than some other ones that I've read too. But definitely better than Creepshow. Creepshow ones I haven't been digging a lot, but that one's always a fun read. No real story that's continuing them all. It's all just little bite-sized stories, but they're fun and grotesque. Next is Chris Condon's Green Arrow, issue number 23. We're continuing with the, is it High Water Killer? So it's almost like Aaron Brockovich with a corporation that's poisoning people mixed with the people kind of like, what is it, kind of a Murder on the Orient Express? If you haven't seen that, I'm going to spoil it in 3, 2, 1. The murderer is everybody. Everyone's in on the murder. So with this one, it almost seems like everybody in the town is in on this, and there's a lot of people that are the gas mask people, and even what am I calling him? Why am I Oliver Queen? I don't know why my brain is fried from all day, but he was like, we took care of you, and then all of a sudden more of them come out. So that was the reveal. Again, love it. Next is Green Lantern, issue number 22. This one is the Cosmic Realm. So if you like the Green Lantern Cosmic Realm, that whole thing, we got Sinestro coming in. Sinestro is a good guy, I think, right now. So, yeah, it's kind of a crazy... It's Hector Hammond versus Hal Jordan. Interesting. What was that? That was my work phone. Hold on a second. Let me check my work phone. Oof. I know you guys can still hear me. That's a wireless mic, baby. Okay, 7:30 pickup. Oh. That's why we're going to go to bed probably right after this. We'll see. But enjoying this one, we get a little bit of a split between Hal Jordan and Kyle Rayner with Superboy and Odyssey. They're kind of off doing their own adventure, and then Hal and Star Sapphire are doing their own thing. So digging that one. If you like the cosmic Green Lantern, the emotional spectrums on the fritz, so they need to go build new batteries for the emotional spectrum, and that's their goal now, and they just brought that back to the Lantern Corps. So they all have the plan, they just need to do it now. Next is Spawn Gunslinger, issue 42. This is the one that's taking place in the modern time. If you're looking for something that happened in the past with the Hellspawn and Gunslinger, that would be Tales of the Gun. It's Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger. So that one takes place in the past. This one takes place in the current. So he has teamed up with an angel who kind of has a chip on his shoulder, and he just left the lady that he kind of took captive, but she became his friend. Stockholm Syndrome? I don't know. He just left her because the person he left her with was this Native American, and he did not like angels. He's like, you're going against what our plan is, what our mission is. And he's like, he's with us. He has the same enemy, and he doesn't trust him. So a little bit of turmoil there, but he's teamed up with the angel, and they're going to try to find his sister because the angel is trying to find someone too. Next is Hornsby and Halo. Hornsby and Halo, issue number 6. This is the story of two kids whose parents are not perfect, and the one is like part angel, one is a part demon. What's funny is the one that's a part angel, his parents are terrible. They're grave robbers. They own a mortuary. Yeah, they own a mortuary and a cemetery, funeral home, all that together. What do you call all that together? They own that, and it's funny because he is the angel, and then the other ones, the parents are good, and she's the devil. So they're kind of launching at the same time, revealing these powers, these abilities at the same time, and so they're trying to work through it together. And they just recently, the first one, they helped a lot of zombies. They kind of brought the zombies to rest by getting all their items that the parents stole given back to them, and they were able to rest peacefully. But yeah, there's more stuff going on, angels and demons and that kind of thing. This one is from Ghost Machine, and it's in the Family Odysseys realm, so it's also the Rockefellers realm. It's okay. If any of them, that might be one of the ones that I drop soon, because there are too many books, man. Next is Justice League Unlimited, issue number 6. This is another one that I am kind of thinking about dropping, even though it's in the current timeline narrative of the DC universe. versus the Absolute series is an alternate Elseworld kind of thing, or an alternate universe. It's not Elseworld, it's literally a parallel universe that we saw in All In #1 with Booster Gold. But I have a, maybe it's just me. I didn't know there was a JLU comic. Yeah, there is. We're 6 issues in. It just launched. Like 6 months ago? Dang. Has it been 6 months already? Good lord. But yeah, Mark Waid, it was after the release of All In #1. They made the Justice League Unlimited again. You saw it in that comic. They brought in a bunch of new heroes, gave them access, and they're at the new Watchtower. And that's when Darkseid came, and it was like an alternate Darkseid. And that's how they split the universe into the Absolute and the normal one. So crazy stuff. That's how Absolute World was invented. But ever since then, there was the JLU. Justice League was invented again after the Absolute Power crossover event. But I have a problem with big teams. And I could say it's my fault. Could say it's me not understanding it all or not keeping up with all the characters. But it's just a lot. It's a lot, especially with all these comics that I'm reading. A JLU comic is kind of difficult. But it is kind of cool that they met up with the Injustice League in the last issue, I believe. So there's like a new Injustice League, or it's from a different universe or something like that. I don't remember. Next, I'm kind of stoked about this one. Medieval Spawn. it's basically Doom Dark Ages, but with Spawn. So I was gonna give this one a shot, Medieval Spawn, because we do have Rat City and we have Gunslinger, and I don't even have the mainline Spawn comic. So I have all the offshoots, but I don't do mainline. I don't know if that's weird, but I kind of want my Doom Dark Ages fixed before that game comes out next month. So I was planning on checking this one out. This one's by Rory McConville? I don't know. But he was writing that one. So next is Jeff Lemire's Minor Arcana, issue #6. Now this is the story of a woman who returns back to her hometown, and her mother is a psychic, or fortune teller kind of thing per se. And she is very depressed emo person, and her mother's not doing well, which is why she had to come back to the town. In the meantime, she helps a woman with a reading, and she has something happen to her. She sees the woman's dead husband and talks to him, and that kind of set her off on this path of discovery, and that she has these powers. Is it really these powers? Is it something else going on? And then there's also other turmoil, not only with her mother who is ailing, but also with an ex-lover who is now married, and she's having to deal with that. Some old wounds being torn at. So Minor Arcana by Jeff Lemire. And Jeff Lemire is doing the JSA as well. That's another one where I'm like, dang, I can't keep up with all these characters, Who's Dr. Midnight? Who is this? Who is that? I'm like, dang, I'm having a hard time. Next is Null Hunter, issue #7. Good old Lemire. Yes, he's good. I'm digging it. Null Hunter is Walsh, Vargas, and Carey. Michael Walsh and Gustavo Vargas. This is a crazy story. It supposedly is an Olympus saga, so I do believe it is a cyberpunk retelling of Hercules. So a lot of the stories that he is telling, it is redefined in a cyberpunk futuristic genre, but they're classic Olympic tales. And I just think that's awesome. And they are gruesome, brutal stories. There's no holds barred here. It's also a very mature comic. There was some... It was funny. I was in the comic shop, and I'm like, did you guys see the genitalia in there? And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, that's genitalia. Like, pretty close, And they were shocked. Like gratuitous, I guess. I don't know what to say. It's borderline NC-17, 18, or whatever it is. I don't know. Next is One World Under Doom. The last issue, we saw the Fantastic Four barge in to Doom's good old press conference, cause a bunch of ruckus, and he basically played them for a fool. He played them for a fiddle. So we're still in the movement of that happening, of him still being one up on everybody, you know. He also is talking to Sue and Reed's daughter, his goddaughter, and she is sneaking around behind their back and talking to Doom. So that's what's going on in that one. One World Under Doom. I kind of dropped Doom Academy and some other stuff. Again, I can't keep up. And if you're keeping track, there are 17 polls this week, guys. Next week, there's 5. Thank God. 17 books I was pulling this week. Fudge. I'm broke. Next is Rat City. Rat City, it's basically, again, we always talk about it. It is Batman Beyond, but in the Spawn universe, so it is like future cyberpunk Spawn. And what happened here, it's written by Erica Schultz, and artist is Z Carlos. So digging this one, it's a cool new take on a Spawn character, but he is still ex-military, that kind of thing. He was hurt, and yeah, going against the doctors and the government agency that created him. But the government agency also wants his technology because the Hellspawn got pushed into the nanotechnology. So they want his body and the nanotech to study it to make better stuff, to make more stuff. But so far, I'm liking that one. That was a cool last issue. Right off the bat, we get into a fight with the doctor who was sent to get our main character and him, and it was a cool fight. Ultimate Black Panther, issue number 15. In the Ultimate series, this is probably my third favorite. Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Wolverine. I think Wolverine's in top of Spider-Man for me. I think I like Wolverine more than Spider-Man right now. And then definitely Black Panther after that. This one's actually usually really short. So this is written by Brian Hill. Artist is Stefano Caselli. And usually they're kind of short stories, you know. I'm trying to remember the last issue that happened. He fought the Moon Knight, right? I don't know. I need to double check on that one, to be honest. Next is X-Men 15. I need to double check on what happened here. The last time I remember, I may be behind a couple issues, and that's why. The last one I remember here was Alpha Flight with the X-Men, because they went into Canada. And so that's Alpha Flight territory, but they're kind of working for the government because they have to. So they kind of help out because these bounty hunters are taking Scott, because the Phoenix Force is out there in the cosmos, and they know that Scott can handle it. So they want Scott to absorb the Phoenix Force to save them, basically. And so that's what that one is. And I think that was 13. I'm trying to remember what 14 was. And finally, we made it. 17 books. I believe it's $81. But we do have a deal. So it saves us a little bit of money, but it's still a lot. Finally, it is Martian Manhunter, issue number 2. I loved the first issue so much. I thought it was such a wild ride. I cannot wait to see what we get into here. It was supposed to be a 6-part series. I believe it got brought out to 12. I believe 12. So we get double the amount of comic for it. And I just can't wait to see the next issue. So the story here is this man is like an FBI agent, and he had, I think it was a bomb exploded, and it messed up his brain. And so he's seeing colors. He's seeing thoughts and emotions, and that's through all the colors. And so the space that he sees, it's like the bleeding colors coming off of stuff, and that's what he is seeing. He's seeing the like emotions coming off of them. So he kind of is a workaholic. He works super duper hard. He doesn't want any rest time, even though the FBI is telling him to do so. And he is pushing himself further and further. His wife is, he's kind of messed up with his wife. But really cool take and really fun first issue. If you look at the last page, you see he's like down like this, and it's just like white space. And then if you hold it up to the light, you can actually see the Martian and all the colors. It's really cool. I like that play of medium, you know. I wonder how they're going to do that digitally. It would just be like a tab, like you'd go left page, right page to see the two. It's not the same as holding it up to a light, you know what I mean? And having that experience. But really cool first issue. But pick of the week, Martian Manhunter, issue number 2. Like that one. I do like medium specific gimmicks. Yeah. I mean, it creates a special, you know, like this. Hey, do you know about this comic? Like, if you hold it up to the light, it does this. We used to have a t-shirt company that said a bunch of gibberish, but then you hold the t-shirt like this and it says fuck you. Like that kind of stuff. We wore it to school. Nobody knew what it said, and we kind of just played it off. But yeah. That one's a good read. I firmly suggest to read that. My buddy had one of those. Yeah, they were probably everywhere, huh? I thought they were special to the skate shop, but it was probably a kid thing of I'm smarter than my parents type of thing. But yeah. Knick-knack. Knick-knack. Ooh, I made it. Issue 66, so we gotta rack the Order 66 hat. It's Order 66 from Star Wars Theory. Got this 3 years ago, I think. 3 or 4 years ago, I got it. Been rocking with it, but I had to wear it for issue 66 of the pull list. But let's see. I mean, do you guys want to see Austin? I don't know. Let's see. How do I flip? I'm using Streamlabs for the first time. Here, we can flip. I can show you guys my room in the trash. So, bid. And here is Austin, Texas. You can't see it. So, down the street is actually the Capitol. I'm right on Congress Street. So, let me flip it back. Right on Congress Street. Chill hotel. Nice place. This time I got a couch, which is cool. I mean, I'm not... Maybe in the morning, watch some news, but... We're not going to spend much time in the room. We got work tomorrow and sleep. But I don't think she's watching. Shh. I don't think Nerd Dame's watching. But I found this sweatshirt. Found this sweatshirt. So it looks like our cat. It looks like our cat Milky. With a derp face. Derp derp. So, meowdy, y'all. We're in Texas. So, I found that. That is my knick-knack of the week. Good old Texas sweatshirt. But, yeah. I mean, I thought about taking you guys outside. Do you guys want to go walk down Austin? I don't know if I'll get stolen. She'll love it. She will. We got battery. You guys want to walk down Congress? We can do that. We can do that really quick. Let me put my shoes on. Oops. Doop. Put my shoes on. Get my wallet. Okay, got my key. Any nerd spots? What's the nightlife like? Nightlife's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. It's I mean, it's Wednesday, so maybe not. But yeah, we can go check it out. Nerd spots? There might be an arcade bar, but I think it's a little bit down the ways. Let me see. Let me see. Ping pong, foosball. No. So, 6th, we want to stay away from the 6th Street. It's called the Dirty 6th. Supposedly, that's a very dangerous street. So, I'm actually kind of not nervous, but we can see. We can see. No real nerdy spots. I mean, I can take you to the Capitol building. Maybe I'll take you to the Capitol building real quick. I'm going to see how far that is. See if we'll get... It's like 3 streets. Let's see. Got my keys. Let's go. Got my keys. All right. But yeah, nightlife here is crazy. And my wallet? Yep, okay. Place but Oblivion. I know. Can you believe it? Where is the KOTOR remake? It's never coming. It's never coming. If you think it'd be worth it, whatever. We'll see. If not, we can come back. If not, we can come back. So I'm not going to play Oblivion. I think I'm just going to play... I'm going to play Expedition 33 instead. On Sunday. Which sucks for them. There we go. Oof. It's hot. We're back. So this is Congress. Pretty cool town, man, honestly. As a Georgia boy, I can see the humidity. It is hot. I think it's still like 80 degrees. Maybe 70 something. It feels pretty good right now. So that way is the river. And there's a Waymo. That car doesn't have a person in it. It's a Waymo. But we're gonna head towards the Capitol. Are you in Georgia right now, Yosemite? Ah, shit. 15 miles north of Atlanta? How is Atlanta? I kind of want to go. I heard there's good eating. That's not far from Atlanta, man. 15 minutes? That's not far at all. So this is 8th Street. Atlanta is nice. Dragon Con is coming up in May. That is a big one I've heard about. Oh, another like self-driving car, but there's a person in there. What's that? What's a Johnny S? Look at Indeed. You can tell them that nobody uses their app. Just kidding. Oh wait, no, that's LinkedIn. Nobody uses LinkedIn. Holy shit. Dude, there was a... Oh my goodness. MomoCon? What's MomoCon? And what's a Johnny S? Thanks, man. Well, we'll see. If we get jacked up. This is Texas. Oh, it's similar to Dragon Con. Where's MomoCon? Is that Georgia too? I know there's a bunch of huge conventions. Just cosplaying and vendors. Some nice old buildings around here. It is in Georgia. So I think there was a shooting over there, from what I recall. Dang, it's crazy. Look at this building. Stay safe? Oh yeah, I'll try. If it gets sketchy, I'm putting this all away and throwing it in my pocket. But this is like, look at this. It used to be like a whole building. Just gone. You can see some old floor. Crazy. But yeah, that bar, there was I think a shooting that happened at that bar. Police, I think, shot somebody who was causing a ruckus. Don't want you to be in any nerd, what? Danger? We'll probably cut it when we get to the Capitol. I don't want to be any nerd danger either. His name is Nerd Dumb, and he is dumb. Walking around with this thing. Joined late. What brought you to Austin? So I manage a team out of California, but my team is in Texas. I have two teams. There's one team in California, one team in Texas. That's it. So we're out to visit them. There was also a recent build at their office. So we're gonna go visit that tomorrow as well. Just inspect it, see if everything's up to snuff. Everyone's in working order. That kind of thing. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. I can't believe this is the Streamlabs app that I'm using to stream. It's pretty good so far. Been to Dallas, but never Austin. Austin's nice. I do want to go to Dallas, though. I do want to see a Cowboy game at AT&T. I think that'd be rad. And there's a Six Flags next to that, too, I think. think it's Six Flags Over Texas. Actually, right over there, that's a old historical building. They have like a historical plaque. And they changed it into something else. Jerry World? What's Jerry World? Is that in Georgia? Or is that what it's called? We're gonna see if we can get onto the campus. I don't know if we can. It is humid. Isn't that a Rick and Morty joke? See, shoot, I wouldn't know. Oh, there is Jerry. World is huge. I'm just gonna follow his lead. Just act like you own the place, alright, guys? I don't remember if this was here last time. I think this is different. Got for any Texas rattlesnakes. $18.40. Walk up to the front door, you got it. I don't care, people are walking too. I swear last time this was closed. See? I swear last time this was closed.
I love your stick.
Thank you.
Me and my friend are always doing road trips and we're talking about needing one of those.
Oh, you need to. It's not that bad. It's like $50 or something. Maybe 80.
Online?
Yeah, Amazon. If you ever come in Atlanta, you have to go to Six Flags and ride Monster Mansion. Jerry World is just what people... Oh, gotcha. Are you acting the Mickey? Me? Maybe I am a fool. Wow, look at that. Ooh. I don't know if I want to zoom in on this. Confederacy. For states' rights. Oof. I didn't know this was here. Southern Confederacy. Oof. Why do the losers get statues? Weird move. Exactly. Maybe the Union's over here. Maybe the Union's over here. Nope, more losers. No, these are the volunteer firemen. Makes more sense. This makes more sense. But, nah, man, this one, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. What do you think, Yosemite? If you're from South. Yeah. I hadn't seen that before. I didn't know that was here. Howdy. In Georgia, basically everything was burned to the ground, so you got a clean start. Well, I guess that's one way of one way of going about it. Was that who did the march to the sea, burning everything in his wake? 1852 to 1853. Look how tiny that guy was. This, honestly, I've seen recently. Sherman, yes, Sherman's March. Recently, I have been to California, Tennessee, and Texas with their capitals. California and Texas have the two biggest ones. Tennessee, it's like a joke. It's a tiny little joke. I don't even think people work out of it. Have a good night. Stone Mountain does have, yeah, it does. But most of Metro Atlanta, really moderate. City of Savannah along the shore. Oh, really? He didn't burn Savannah? That's nice of him. That's nice of him. I know Savannah, Georgia. I heard about that one. Is that a pretty town? Really beautiful. Is that a lizard or is that a spider or a lizard? I'm afraid of the big Texas spiders and the big Texas rattlesnakes. So I'm down to go to Savannah. I want to go to, what's the South Carolina by the sea? Heroes of the Alamo. This is the Alamo. Charleston? Yes, Charleston. I heard they have great seafood. So definitely want to see seafood there. Your dad lives there? You're gonna have to let me know. How's the seafood? I heard it's fresh. I heard it's good. I heard it's pretty too. Monuments of the Great Walk. What's crazy is I'm pretty sure, you guys, last time I came, this was all closed after a certain time. Holy City Bagels, shout out. Holy City Bagels, you got it. Ooh, bagels. Something I don't need right now, my chunky booty. They've been doing a lot of renovations on this place, look at that. All the scaffolding. There's still people inside. This is a great Capitol building though. Good Lord. This is huge. This is all fenced off. My God, this is a big building. And they got cannons out front. Presented to the Republic of Texas by Major General T.J. Chambers, 1836. No shot. Hello, camera. Everyone say hi to the camera. I film you, you film me. The state of Texas. So this is the south entry. Pretty cool glasswork. Oh, didn't see you there. The jump scare. The jump scare, everybody. Oh man. Beautiful building. Mm-hmm. Oh, see you later. Stay stealthy. That was funny. Some big steps there, man. I'm gonna call it a night. No worries, Lewis. Have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, bro. we will see you next time. Average Metal Gear Solid. Is that me? Am I average Metal Gear Solid fan? I'm the primo. Night, Lewis. Sleep well, bro. We're going to the light. Look at the city, guys. Isn't that pretty? That's freaking pretty. Actually, one of the employees that worked with me in California recently moved to Texas. He didn't have much keeping him in California, so he's like, hey, I'm just gonna move to Texas. You know, fresh start. Made sense. The stealthy guard. Oh yeah. Dun 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 dun. There's a pathway. What's crazy is I can actually see better on the screen than I can in real life. I can see more clearly. Artisan Well East Drinking Fountain. Oh, so that's what this is. Drinking fountain. Cool. Man, I'm sweaty. Yeah, pretty building, man. It's so cool. Look at that. Look at that. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. I'm gonna flip the camera back. Okay. Back to the hotel room. Actually, I've never been this close to the building. I've always seen it, but I've never been this close. Pretty cool. Pretty cool building. But yeah, on Friday, I'm gonna have 17 comic books to buy. Pretty crazy. Crazy pull list tonight. Thank you guys for hanging out. And this is my knick-knack. My knick-knack of the week is the capital of Austin. The capital of Texas. Austin. Cool. Woo! Look at that. Very cool. So thank you, Brett. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you, Yosemite. I know Collector was here early. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. But we're going to call it here. I'm going to pack it up, put everything back in my pocket, look nonchalant, and then go back to the hotel room, call the nerd dame, a little conversation, and go to bed. But thank you for hanging out with me tonight, guys. And yeah, have a good one. Thank you, Yosemite. And I'm going to watch... What was I supposed to watch on the way home? I was supposed to watch something on the way home. I forgot. God. What was I supposed to watch? I was supposed to download... Oh, Visions. Yes. I'm going to go home to the room right now and download Visions. We're going to watch that on the trip. On the plane ride back. So I can watch season 1 of Visions. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. This is Nerddom from Texas. And we'll see you on Sunday for Expedition 33. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you later. Later, guys. Bye. How do you stop? Go like this. Later.